If you're one of the women who has been thinking about strength training, knows they need to get started, but you just haven't done it yet because you hate weight training or you just know you can't fit it into your busy schedule, then I think this is the episode that you'll want to listen to. I want to talk about the minimum that you could do and actually see results. So you understand that you need to do it, right? But somehow it feels super daunting. You look online and there are people that are working out all the time. They're working really, really hard, and you just can't kind of see yourself doing that. Or you know that your life is super, super busy. And that's why I wanted to share how little it actually takes to get you stronger, to get you firmer. So I'll start with a story. This actually inspired this topic for today. I got a message from the queen of the cardio queens from my gym. Okay. She's somebody who I've seen in the locker room for years. She might even come in twice a day to work out in the cardio classes. And when I started my strength training journey, I was really curious to see how my cardiovascular health had suffered or not suffered from pretty much I stopped doing cardio for that year. And there, I had somebody who does cardio all the time. And so I said, well, why don't we do our VO2 max tests together? Because I'm a competitive person. So if I have somebody in the room with me who I know will kick my ass, I will just work that much harder. So I thought I will get my best possible result if she's there. Now, of course, you can't really cheat your VO2 max, but it definitely pushed me to really push my body so I could, see how far I could go. Anyway, so she and I go down there, and before it, we got a body composition check done. And what she discovered from her check was that actually she could really use some strength training, that she was pretty low on the muscle scale. So that was her first wake up call that, hey, I should really start strength training. Now, she didn't start right away. And we've remained friends and hang out in the locker room together and chat. And she listens to my podcast. Anyway, so she joined my liftoff challenge. And after that, she actually started strength training. And she did it in a way where she had a few exercises that she would do, and she would do them before going to her cardio class. So for sure, she's not like going in there and thinking, now I'm doing a strength training session. I'm all serious about strength training. She's kind of like, okay, I'm going to do this strength training, and then I get to go do the thing I want to do. All right. And that is perfectly fine. So I run into her in the gym every now and again, like in the weight room, as she is finishing up her sets, and she takes advantage of things like supersetting. So she doesn't take very long breaks. So she's able to get through her routine pretty quickly. And then she runs off to her cardio class. Yeah. So she reached out to me yesterday because she now went in and did another body composition scan. And she said her jaw dropped when she got the results. Because despite the fact that she hasn't become a lifter, that she does it like this before going to her cardio classes, she has increased her muscle mass. She has decreased her visceral fat. So her overall body composition has really improved significantly, even in this very short amount of time. And even though she's been, doing this as a little addition, right? Not like she's plunged headfirst and done the deep dive into strength training. And visually, when I see her, I see that change. She does look more muscular. You can see the muscle definition a lot better on her now. So I think she's such a great example of that really just getting started and adding it into your routine in however way you can is going to make a difference. You are going to get stronger. You are going to put on muscle, or at the very least, stop the slide, because as we age, we lose muscle mass, and cardio classes won't fix that, right? Cardio fitness and muscle fitness are two different things. They're two different types of health and fitness. So I hope her story could be inspiring to you. And I wanted to bring this up because I have had that question now of women in a challenge. I had one woman reach out and she said, I hate strength training. If I have to do a 1 hour session twice a week, I know I'm going to quit. What else could I do? And I told her that, well, she has actually a couple of options. So the way I have set up my programming is to make it really flexible and lower the barrier to get started. So I'm going to explain it in the context of my programming. So my minimum amount of strength training program is to strength train twice a week. So you get 2 full body sessions. And if you do the full body session, it has 6 or 7 exercises in there, and it includes upper body exercises and lower body exercises. So you have 2 sessions, each of them full body. And when you do the whole session all in one go, it'll take you about 45 to 60 minutes to do, including the warm up and the cool down. Okay. But if you're somebody who would rather do mini sessions and get into the habit of doing a mini session every day, then that actually works really, really well with this 2 times a week program. So you can split up the 2 times a week full body sessions so that instead of having 2 full body sessions, you have 4 sessions, each of which is either upper body or lower body. So here's an example of how you would do that. So you take session one's upper body exercises and do them on Monday. Then you do session one's lower body exercises on Tuesday. You do session two's upper body exercises on Wednesday, and then session two's lower body exercises on Thursday. So you get 4 short sessions rather than 2 longer sessions. Okay, so that's one way of doing it. And if you want to make it even less, okay, and the even less will actually get you results because it is always going to be better than doing nothing. This is why I'm even bringing this up. So you can take those 2 full body sessions, and each session will tell you what are the primary exercises and which are the additional exercises. So I break every session down into the primary. There are 3 or 4 primary exercises. So those are the ones that I really want you to do. And if you did only the primary exercises, you would hit all your muscle groups twice a week. Okay. And then there are additional exercises for those of us who want to do a little bit more, because yes, you'll get a little bit faster and more results from doing a little bit more. Okay. I mean, that's just the way it is. But if you only wanted to train twice a week and do short sessions, just do the primary exercises of each of the sessions each week. So then you could train twice a week and only spend like half an hour on your session. And I promise you, you do that following the instructions in the program so that you're applying progressive overload and continuing to challenge your body as you get better and stronger, and you will see results. It's just science, right? So what I'm trying to say here is, even if you hate strength training, think of it like brushing your teeth, because honestly, this is the only body you have for the rest of your life. And though right now it may work just fine, you may be able to push yourself off the sofa, you can get off the floor somehow, right? You can manage those groceries from the car as long as you're parked pretty close. You can get up the steps still, all these things. But think about where you want to be in the last decade of your life. And if you let your muscles continue to get weaker and your muscle mass continue to decline over the next 20, 30, 40 years, you are not going to be able to live independently. Your world is going to close in on you. So I want you to think a little bit long term what it is that your final decade you wishes you would have chosen to do now. So, anyway, so that's kind of my message for today, that it doesn't need to be dive in and do 100 exercises 5 days a week, live at the gym, become a gym rat. You can make a lot of difference in your fitness, your health, your strength, your muscle mass just by doing twice a week short workouts. And if you want to ask me more about this, then please reach out to me. Best way is through my DMs in Instagram, and talk to me about your situation, and I can help you figure that out. Because why am I doing this podcast? It is because this is so important for our health, and I feel like, the message is getting out there, but if you're only looking at the stuff on social media, it can feel very overwhelming. And a lot of the programs out there, start at 3 days a week, 4 days a week or 5 days a week. And really, you don't need to be training that often. If your goal is not to be a bodybuilder, if your goal is health, aging well, maintaining your independence, putting on more muscle, and feeling good in your body, keeping your joints happy, those kinds of things, then the twice a week is really going to take you far. All right. And with that, I hope I have inspired at least one person to go ahead and yes, let's try it. Let's fit this into my life. And for those of you who are already in that lifestyle, yay for you. And with that, I wish you happy training.